I forgot to celebrate hitting 100,000 subscribers last fall. Actually, I didn't forget, I just didn't have time. And so this is my channel update, which I haven't done in months and months. I thought it'd be a good idea to just talk about what I'm going to be working on in the future, kind of what I've been doing lately, and what you can expect over the next few months. I don't do personal videos very often. This is kind of weird to do a me video instead of a product video. But I've been working a lot on my video quality. I don't know if that sort of thing actually shows up to the people watching on a week-to-week basis. But what I did when I started this channel is I was a freelancer, mostly doing like web design and like software design, that sort of thing. And then on the side, I'd make these goofy little art videos and reviews and tutorials and things like that. And then as the channel got bigger and the channel actually started to make money and that became part of my income, I took on less and less work. And it got to the point this fall where I finally decided, okay, I'm gonna not take on any more client work. In fact, I haven't taken on a client project. I think the last one wrapped up in like September or October of last year. So this fall mainly, I've been putting a lot more time into my videos. And in fact, last year in general, I tried to upgrade things. I upgraded my equipment that I'm using to process the videos. I upgraded my camera. I'm not using my iPhone 6 anymore to film these things. I have a real camera. I have real lights. Also, not having to do client work anymore lets me spend an extra day or two on my reviews, which is really nice because a lot of times when you're doing the reviews, I need to hit a deadline. I try to get a video up every Monday, and having that extra day or so a week to do that has let me experiment with animation and drop little animated bits and have more fun rewriting scripts, which doesn't seem like it would take that long, but being able to spend a couple more hours on a script actually lets me, massage the jokes. I cut out a lot of jokes because most of them aren't funny, but if I have more time to write and play with this stuff, I think it just is generally made making videos more fun for me and hopefully makes them more fun to watch as well. My goal has always been to make each video a tiny bit better. I think when I started out, I'd get to like a big review and I'd think, oh man, I gotta hit this out of the park. This has gotta be amazing. And that's really where I personally get writer's block or creator's block when I think this has to be amazing. But if I think about each video making that like this much better than the video before it, after a couple months, I can look back and say, wow, yeah, okay, my quality did improve over time. So I've been doing that with like my product photography and stuff like that. Just generally trying to improve with each video and get better at this. Now, if you've watched these videos before, I do a section where I talk about how this channel makes money because it's a little bit mysterious, but I think adding that level of transparency kind of helps you understand why I review things the way I review things and how that process works. I know a lot of people when they first come in, if they see me say something nice about a product that they personally don't like or a company they don't like, they're like, aha, he's paid off. So that's part of the reason why I do like the whole how this channel makes money thing. So this is how it works. First of all, there's the YouTube advertising. That's a little piece of the pie. I have affiliate links on most of my review videos and on my website where I aggregate a lot of different reviews and all of the reviews I've done, and I have kind of top 10 lists of my favorite devices and stuff. And those are affiliate links, which means every time one of those is clicked on, I get a little revenue back from whatever's purchased from Amazon. So that's another slice after the advertising. Another slice is selling online courses. I have like a course on Procreate, 2 courses on Affinity Designer for the iPad, the desktop, and an Illustrator course, a t-shirt design course. So I have a handful of courses, and that adds to my income as well. The other piece of this that is hopefully, crosses my fingers, gonna make this transition away from freelance more permanent. I don't know if it's permanent yet or not. I'm just kind of playing it month to month. But the big thing is sponsorships. I started doing sponsorships in the fall in my videos, where someone basically pays to be the featured sponsor of that video. There's different ways to do sponsorships, and I'm really just figuring it out, and I'm figuring out what I'm comfortable with. You can go through an agency and they'll line up your sponsorships for you. I've talked directly to some people, who are interested in doing sponsorships. And so I'm still trying to figure out what I'm doing and how I'm going to do it. The main thing I want to do is I don't want it to be super intrusive. One thing that I get a lot of emails about that I will not be doing in terms of sponsorships is I will not be doing paid reviews, which is a thing. I've been surprised at how many companies have reached out to me to do that sort of thing. At the end of the day, how this channel works as a business is the fact that people actually have to trust your opinion. And I think that if you get paid to do a review, it waters that down. Even if you say at the beginning, hey, this is a paid review, I don't know. Like, how can you be honest if someone's paying you, $600 to talk about their software or whatever. So I'm trying to figure that out. Oftentimes with an agency, that's what they want you to do. So I have to find the right agency that understands that that's not what I do. In the process, whenever I figure anything out, I know I'm going to screw up once or twice. So if you see an ad in a video and you're like, wow, Brad really went over the deep end on that one, let me know down in the comments. I'm sure someone will let me know down in the comments. That's one of the cool things about YouTube is you get that instant feedback. But it doesn't mean I've totally sold out. My videos are going down the drain. It just means that I'm figuring stuff out here. Now, another thing that I really wanted to do last year that I was able to incorporate into my work was the whole animation thing. At first, I thought I was going to do like little animated story time videos. I did a couple of those and I was really happy with them. But the main thing I found, which I kind of knew, is that those are really time consuming. And so I think what I've settled on is this idea of adding animated parts or little stories within my reviews. And I'm really happy. I'm personally happy with how they turn out. Not everybody likes them, but I'm really digging how some of those come out. So over this next year, I want to get ahead on some of my videos so I can bring in some of my friends, other YouTubers and things like that, to do some of the voiceovers and stuff like that and do some collabs that way. I think that's going to be fun, and I'm looking forward to doing that in the new year. But to do that, I can't write my script 2 hours before I record it. I have to plan a couple weeks ahead. As part of the improved quality thing, I have not been doing as many videos like this where I just talk to the camera. I used to do Q&A videos, and the reason I do those is a review takes a fair amount of time. It takes a couple days to do a review, to test the equipment and put everything together and write it and everything like that. And I didn't have time to do a review every single week when I was working full time. Now that I have more time to invest in my videos, I want to do that. But the Q&As where I just talk to the camera, I like sharing my thoughts. I like answering those questions, but they don't really fit into this channel. And so I was thinking about doing kind of a Patreon thing without Patreon, if that makes sense. One of the things I like about Patreon is it's like, hey, it's a club model. And if you want the bonus content, you can subscribe to this. The thing I don't like about Patreon, and part of the reason I closed down my Patreon, is to me, it feels really weird to create content for 25 people. I guess if I want to say something and do something, I want a lot of people to hear it. I don't know, it's weird. But anyway, I decided what to do instead is to do an email newsletter, because there's a lot of stuff that happens that isn't big enough for a video, if you know what I mean. Like if there's a new software update that somebody releases that I think is worth pointing out some of the features, that might be a great 1 or 2 minute video, but YouTube's algorithm will like punish this channel if I make really, short videos. So I want a place where I can take questions. Like if I get a lot of questions on a certain review, like everybody's asking me about the iPad Pros and if they really have to worry about the bending. I have opinions on that, and I only need 2 or 3 minutes to share them. It doesn't really make for a full-blown video. I could just shove all that stuff in like a weekly. It might not be weekly. Let's see how hard it is to put together. I'm going to shoot for twice a month email newsletter. I've already been kind of collecting content. So basically what's going to be in the email newsletter is it's going to be Q&As. So if you belong to the newsletter and you want your question answered and I've been too busy to get to it in the comments, hopefully you'll just be able to reply to the email in theory, and I'll get your questions and I'll answer those questions in the email, probably in a video format sort of thing. A lot of times other artists and software companies want to give away software or give away stuff, brushes, that sort of thing, as a promotion thing. I don't want to clog up my videos too much with that sort of thing, but at the same time, it's cool stuff. And if they're giving it away, I want to give it away. That sort of thing's going to go in the email. I have a new course I'm working on. I'm thinking about giving that away to like email club people. I also need to come up with a name for this email newsletter, so if you have any ideas, let me know down below in the comments. So anyway, I'm going to be mentioning that in videos. I don't know if I'm going to get a sign-up form ready in time for this video. If I do, I'll stick it at the very top of the description down below. I should probably actually do that before I post this video. There will be a sign-up form down below. So anyway, that's the channel update. I'm really excited about 2019. I'm really kind of excited to just be doing this kind of sort of full-time, hopefully. And just being able to focus on basically my hobby and making it my life. So I had a wonderful year last year. I'm really looking forward to this year, and I thank you all for watching, because without you, none of this would ever have happened. So sincerely, thank you guys. I appreciate it. Thank you for watching to the end here, and that's all I have for today. So I'll see you next week.